host, Casual Leanne here. Thank you all for joining me on what is a somewhat late night, the night before SummerSlam. You know how I like to do. My apologies, I haven't silenced my phone. You know how I like to do about trying to have all my information, having everything together before I actually do my videos or do my live stream predictions. So I wanted to have all of my information. I wanted to know what was going to happen with the Go Home SmackDown before I actually did predictions. So I appreciate everybody's patience. It's really a lovely thing. Also trying to give folks some time to make their way into the stream. Please feel free to avail yourself of the chat to launch into the comments. I want to know so much what you all are thinking about SummerSlam. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? Who's going to be forgotten? We've already seen some cutting down of some matches, some things that have really angered some fans, particularly Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, their match getting strapped supposedly in the interest of time. But yeah, just trying to give folks a little bit more time, but I'm not going to hold you all, all night or anything because I know it's already late. A couple pieces more of admin. You all know that I am now also a part of the Bloodline Entertainment Network. They're going to be doing a watch along for SummerSlam. So if you want to just hang out with some other people online, while you're watching SummerSlam, get some of our opinions, see where yours align, see who's right, see who's wrong. Come on, look up the Bloodline Entertainment Network. I will put a link, a pinned link in a comment that you can go to direct yourself to the Bloodline Entertainment Network. We'd love to see folks in the chats participating come tomorrow for the SummerSlam watch along. Okay. So I believe we will go into the first match that I have listed. It's absolutely a stacked card, as I said. It looks like there's about 8 at this point that I can see. We'll start with the SummerSlam Slim Jim Battle Royal. Something I usually call the Jobber Battle Royal. But it looks like this time they've got some pretty heavy hitters in there, from Sheamus to Karrion Kross, Grayson Waller, Shinsuke Nakamura, LA Knight Rock, Santos Escobar, 420 Tarzan, Matt Riddle, AJ Styles, The Miz. I'm liking it, to be honest. A lot of the people in the Battle Royal got kind of into a dust-up today. Again, that's where that, seeing the go home first comes in. I think something may have happened, though, with that match because, I know LA Knight fell, like trying to do like the vertical leap thing onto the top turnbuckle. But something weird happened because Michael Cole kept like trying to do his out to throw things to a commercial break, like, oh, this match continues, oh, this does that, and then LA Knight just won. It was really weird. Like I don't know what happened, but I think something went awry. It was weird. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. My lovely partner, Kevin Stockwell. Thank you, my dear. Yeah, it was very strange. Despite all of that, what may or may not have happened, I say LA Knight does win tomorrow. I was going to say tonight. Tomorrow. I think this is kind of his consolation for not having a big, huge singles match on the night. It's something to give the fans who love him like something that they can hold on to, which is always, a good thing. It's kind of going to be like the same principle like Bobby Lashley winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Like, okay, he's not going to have a big thing on the pay-per-view itself, so let's give him this big accolade, except LA Knight is going to actually get to win the Battle Royal on during SummerSlam itself, because I had no idea about that. I thought the Battle Royal was actually going to go on today. But yeah, that'll be a good thing. A lot of people be happy about that. And some of this I may have to go kind of off the dome because I don't have haven't written like every single note out about every prediction like I have been wont to do before. I've not done that this time. But we'll go on to the next match I have listed, which is Ricochet versus Logan Paul. And let me tell you, I loved the extra touch that they put in from the Go Home Raw about Logan Paul having Samantha Irvin or kind of apologizing in advance because Samantha Irvin is a ring announcer, and him apologizing in advance, saying that, he hopes there's no hard feelings for her having to say, and the winner is Logan Paul. That was a nice dynamic. That said, they missed the perfect opportunity for him to go full on Big Papa Pump, like how do I put it? Like, oh, it's too bad. Like, your girl is gonna be like screaming my name at the end of the night, like something like that. Like, that would have been a little more heelish, but we'll take. She's gonna have to say Logan Paul at the end. That's very PG. I think it added a bit of depth, a bit of kind of that little personal sting, where the feud's been a little bit superficial sometimes, like the, oh, I'm gonna make you famous, you just want to go viral, well, I'm gonna give you what you want, like, but yeah, bringing Samantha Irvin into it did give us a little something extra, and she carried it off perfectly. Like, she had just the perfect little like black girl, like, really? No, he didn't just say that. Like, oh, okay, well, my man got you. Like, it was, yeah, I loved it. It's gonna be interesting. They're gonna have some nice moments, just like the double clothesline at the Royal Rumble. Should be a pretty good match. I think that Logan Paul is going to win. They don't have much invested, to be frank, in Ricochet all that much right now. Okay, hello there, Katana. I see you too, Mr. Joe Mama. Lovely, lovely to see you all again. Yeah, you do, right? Yes, it's testosterone fueled drama, estrogen fueled drama, also good stuff. Yeah, and since Logan Paul is actually going to be the person I think is going to win, it wouldn't surprise me if after that he didn't go on to like another like main event player. So like maybe Cody Rhodes, that would be fun. Or a Bobby Lashley. They already don't care much about the brand split, so you may as well. But yeah, it'll be a good thing. Excuse me. Then we have the Intercontinental Championship. So our champion Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. So they're still heavily high, especially Triple H, on Gunther. I think Vince McMahon has jumped onto that wagon and is pulling it with his muscular grandpa teeth. And so they're not going to want Gunther to lose anytime soon. Drew McIntyre is going to be the latest casualty in that, of course. And I hate that because I love Drew McIntyre. I hate to see him lose so much. Like, it was bad enough when he was losing in the main event scene. Now you're gonna have him lose, in terms of a mid card title. But Walter, true, he was Walter, Gunther, Walter. But yeah, I think they're probably playing up some dissension within Imperium at this point. I don't know how good that is for any of them, like Gunther, Ludwig Kaiser, or Giovanni Vinci. I'm Ludwig Kaiser girl myself, so I can't help being a little bit curious as to what might happen when Ludwig Kaiser is on his own again. And Matt Riddle's heat, I'm not exactly sure if that's entirely true, but I've heard reports. Matt Riddle's heat leading to, like, his backstage heat leading to him losing to Ludwig Kaiser on Monday Night Raw. Who knows? Maybe that will start to benefit Ludwig Kaiser. I certainly hope so. To me, he has all the personality. He is what makes Imperium like so colorful. So we'll see. I think at this moment they're probably better together. And so however the match ends up, whether Gunther loses or he wins, hopefully the dissension within Imperium has nothing to do with any of that. But yeah, when it is the right time for them to break up, I'm very interested in seeing what's going to happen to Ludwig Kaiser. All right, Mr. Joe Mama, I like that. I like that. You are the tribal chief of the comments. I deem it so. Yes. All right, so we got the MMA rules match. Now, Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler. I think this might actually be one of the undercover really good matches of the night that nobody's like expecting a whole lot out of. Ronda once again has shown us how little she actually likes her job. And so, do we really mourn a Ronda loss at this point? I wouldn't. And Shayna Baszler, she hasn't gotten, this sort of appreciation, that she deserves. So I am hoping that Shayna Baszler is the one that actually wins. I believe they might actually let her pull this one out. She's the more consistent presence. She's the one who has legit MMA credentials and has spent like decades upon decades in the ring. So, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, MMA rules. And thank you for reminding me, because I should explain what they say MMA rules is actually going to be. So if I'm not mistaken, they outlined it in SmackDown, and I think it's tap out, pass out, or knockout. So I don't know if that, depending on how the match runs around, I don't know if that's going to be like a um, almost last woman standing type thing, where if somebody falls out, you know, is the ref, gonna have to like keep initiating the 10 count type deal. If I had to choose between the three outcomes, I say maybe Shayna makes Ronda pass out. Maybe. She does have the coquina clutch. Um, I see with the whole branding as the baddest woman on the planet, would she really do all that much tapping out? It's far more consistent with her character that Shayna makes her pass out in the coquina clutch. That's my personal opinion on the statement. I mean on the stipulations. Oh my goodness. Wait, you don't like Vanny Mac's mustache? His dark is this cover right here mustache, despite the fact that he's about 80 years old. His jet black mustache. Um. Oh, making people pass out. That's what he's. Kevin's giving us a little backstage view on what might be going on with the Marines there. Um, let's see. So Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, Cody Rhodes, and Brock Lesnar. They are doing everything, and I mean absolutely everything within their power to build Cody Rhodes up as this figure of adversity and making like the ultimate underdog story, a la, Rey Mysterio, Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson, you name it, they're doing it. I forget what that song was that they've had the video package to. I think it's Daylight. I know it's got the line about drinking poison from the same vine. Uh, Absolutely incredible song. Feels a little heavy-handed for the feud, but they play their cards right. I think it's gonna happen. People already love Cody. Brock is great at being, kind of the neighborhood bully. They each have a win. This is going to be the rubber match. This is going to be the third meeting. Don't know why there's not a stipulation, but I think they're well on their way to having Cody be like that ultimate sympathetic figure. I think they're well on their way. This one I do not even have marked in terms of who I think is going to win. And I think I've said this with regard to one of their other matches, which is that Cody Rhodes can't really afford to lose the way a Brock Lesnar can, because Brock Lesnar is Teflon, and at this point, it doesn't really matter how much he loses. I think Cody has more to lose by losing. And so if you don't want to slip from that underdog territory into loser territory, now is the meeting between the two of them that they need to actually have Cody win, and win definitively. So no little like, quick roll up, nothing like that. Like, he needs to actually win. But that's going to be tougher to believably pull off without a stipulation. So we'll we'll see. Oh my goodness, Joe Mom is so crazy. And now I'm getting like the fan chant in my head, like from like Seamus, like Vince looks stupid. Um, it means fight. It's what we're meant for. If there's no bad guys around, we just fight each other. Oh my gosh. And it sounds like that's how you weed some of the bad guys out, or you draw attention to them, is by fighting so heavily. Oh man, yeah. I hope that's not the direction that they're taking it in, Joe Mom. I really hope not. That's the last thing we need. I I'm not one of those threat to stop watching folks. I mean, I'm not mad at people who do, but like you'd have me questioning it if they had him losing that bad. I'd definitely be questioning it. Um, so the WWE Women's Championship triple threat. We got the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka versus Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair. Okay, so basically, Bianca literally just lost. She'd been champion for a long time. She's not going to regain it right now. And that's probably good for her in terms of character development. As much as I love seeing her be champion, and I love her, skipping down to the ramp and doing what she does in only the way she can do it, as well as only she can, being like the beautiful, Black Queen that she is. Um, it's yeah, it's time for her to be able to expand some, and for someone else to have the title, even if I don't like the way that she lost it. Um, it's only a matter of time before Charlotte gets it back. Again, she's got to keep building those reins up. I don't think now is the time that she's going to get it back. I don't believe. I think this is looking like an Asuka retention. And I tell you why. They've been doing some things to deepen Asuka's character throughout kind of the run of these past couple of weeks. She had a backstage segment where she actually spoke a couple of sentences of English, and it sounded good. Like you could understand what she was saying. That is important, no matter how people might like to pretend that it isn't. It is. And then in her video package tonight on SmackDown, she did speak Japanese, but it was subtitled, which, hey, either way, I'm good as long as I know what it is you're saying. As long as I have those, like as a fan, as long as I have those glimpses of your character, as long as I can understand when you say words, cool with me. That's great. Whether it's subtitled Japanese or it's English, just it is an American company. The fan base is global, but it is an American company. Most of the TV, weekly shows, the weekly shows are in, the United States for the most part. So, help us out there. But I think they're doing all of that because they are looking to invest in her maybe a little bit longer as a champion. I don't know if it's going to be like a months and months long reign, but I don't think she's losing tomorrow. So I definitely think it'll be Asuka. I know there's been some questions about whether there will actually be a Money in the Bank cash in. Like, let me know what you all think about that. Like, is Io Sky about to cash in? Is Damian Priest about to cash in? Like, I would love to know your all's thoughts about that. I'll circle back around to that in a moment. But we've got the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. one of at least two main events. So Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. I don't know why they do this. Like, obviously, I mean, I know it's like co-main events, but come on. The last match of the night is the main event, and the rest is politesse or even politics, depending on what match it is. Um, um, for the live audiences, they could still have that happen. They'd have to time it properly. Or what they could do is do it in terms of a backstage segment, which is what they did last week with Asuka. So it's played in front of the live crowd, like, you know, they're watching right along with everyone at home, but it's still, you know, been pre-recorded, or it can still be a live one that's, you know, subtitled too, as long as she sticks to, you know, what was supposedly said. They can make it happen. They can make it work if they want to. I think that may be the idea behind it, though, is having her be champion for at least a little bit longer. But yeah, they're really playing into, with this World Heavyweight Championship match, they're really playing into the idea of this continuing bitterness and hostility and just hatred boiling within Finn Balor. You know, this is the man that after he defeated him, after he was the best man that night, that Seth injured him, and Finn Balor had to relinquish his championship. Like, that was a thing that actually happened. He was legit injured. He had to relinquish his championship after one day, you know, and they've continued to play upon this storyline. And I mean, it's beautiful stuff. That said, and it might not be the best thing for Finn Balor, I think he's going to lose. And he probably needs to. Like Seth Rollins, he's a good inaugural WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Like, we need to keep that belt on him. You need a good, strong, kind of long reigning champion, because it's a new belt. And because we all know it's kind of under Roman's. So, you know, you don't want to make it a complete joke. I say laughing. Yeah, you don't want to make a total joke out of the secondary top tier championship. So it needs some credibility. Keep it on Seth a little bit longer. And that's also going to build some more bitterness with regard to Damian Priest, because Damian Priest is still Mr. Money in the Bank. And so if, you know, he's parading around, he's Senor Money in the Bank, you know, he's menacing, you know, he's got the whole Judgment Day with him. And then on the other hand, Finn supposedly leads the Judgment Day, but can't beat Seth Rollins. You know, what does that do with their dynamic? Very interesting stuff. But with Priest in mind, let's circle back to Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank. Now, I see Joe Mama is saying, like, EO and Punishment Martinez, that's Damian Priest's name from back in the day. EO and Punishment Martinez will cash in. I don't know. Like, I don't know if they will, and I don't know if they should, because they just need to do better with the, with the women's division in general. Just to be honest about the whole thing. So EO cashing in right now, they do the quick cash ins a lot, especially with the women. Like I think Nikki ASH cashed in like a month after she won, and even that was a long time because usually the women cash in like the same night they win. Um, and so I hope they're trying to kind of out there. They are kind of trying to change that around a little bit and be a little bit wiser when it comes to the cash ins. The Money in the Bank briefcase can be a career builder. It can bring you to that next level by itself. It's not just the cash in, or it shouldn't be. If you hold on to it for a while, it can bring you up to that next level. And so by the time you're ready to cash in, it's like believable. Like, oh wow, like this person's really been doing it. They're the next big thing. Um, and it's interesting to see her and Bailey, because Bailey tried to keep her from getting it, and EO had to like literally handcuff Bailey's wrists and climb on top of her to become Miss Money in the Bank. So I don't want Bailey to cash it in all that early, and and I don't think she's going to at SummerSlam. I don't think. Um, Damian Priest, they've been teasing him cashing it in. It was like he was trying to on Monday Night Raw, but then like got distracted by Finn, oddly enough. So again, with that dynamic, like if he cashes in now, it changes it, but like we're not there yet in terms of the storyline. So I don't think either one of them will cash in, but they might tease it. One of them might try to, maybe EO. One of them might try to, but I don't think either one of them will successfully. And when I say successfully, I don't mean win. I don't think the cash in will fully go through. Like something will shenanigans, something will happen. They should. Exactly, Katana. Okay, fair enough. Money in the Bank wins. They didn't do well. Okay, well the one time they did a lot for the Miz, and they gave us the one of the best memes of all time, angry Miz girl, because that's timeless right there. Um, but yeah, but in what will probably be the real main event, we have our tribal combat match for the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship. It's Roman Reigns, our tribal chief, head of the table, and all of those good things, super villain extraordinaire, versus our plucky hero, main event, Jey Uso. And boy, has your girl been wanting this one for a long, long time. I always said, with the exception of Drew McIntyre, that Jey Uso needed to be the guy. Jey Uso needed to be the one to dethrone Roman, become the new tribal chief, and the undisputed heavyweight champion. But as with any good Roman Reigns rivalry, I'm just on the fence as to whether they're actually going to do it. He's done the 1,000 days thing. He's had the 1,000-day reign. He's had almost the entire bloodline fall apart on him. But the tribal combat stipulation gives me a little bit of hope. And I say that because if it's tribal combat, anything goes, right? But yeah, like, and I loved the video package they did. They'll probably show that one again on SummerSlam. with like the whole, like giving a historical background of tribal combat. And, they actually show the Ulafala, like, and talking with Alpha and Sika, like, I mean, it was, yeah, it added a level of depth that I didn't know we even needed, because the feud was already so steeped in family and this idea of culture and tradition and history. Oh, it was beautifully done, beautifully done. Um, I don't know if Jay's gonna win. I don't know. I'm not sure. You have to wonder, if Jay were to win, what would happen afterwards? Do they have any kind of plan for Jay Uso as tribal chief? Or would he just be a transitional champion for maybe a Cody Rhodes? Um, Maybe Bobby Lashley? I don't know. We saw the Street Profits tonight, and they were feeling a little bit heelish, but maybe just more on the butt kicking side, with the dress shirts and pants, and it possibly could be a Bobby Lashley, but maybe I've just been burned too many times. But I don't really trust WWE just yet to make, um, after Jay won against Roman Reigns, to make him feel like that main event guy. I don't I don't know. But it's not something that they couldn't do. So, um I think they kind of tend to lie back on what's been working for the most part. So it wouldn't surprise me if they just had Roman win. Um, I'm gonna say that this is the villagers gathering together to topple the giant moment, and that the tribal combat stipulation is going to be the difference. You this may even be the moment that Solo turns on Roman and helps Jay. We haven't heard anything from Jimmy. Maybe he's fully recovered at this moment and he helps Jay. What I'm counting on is some assistance from the elders. So, like Rikishi, well, not Hafa and Sika, but Rikishi, The Rock, he's technically an elder. That's who I want to see get involved. Everybody, like, look, this man is not good for our family, for our tribe. Let's get him out of here. And the family bands together to kind of excise this this tumor on the face of the Anawai clan. That's the way I would have it happen. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm predicting. It's probably gonna be Roman. Probably Roman's probably just gonna win again. He's probably got another. I think there's another brother or cousin or something like that in the performance center. They'll probably just fast track him through, bring him up, and Roman wins again. I don't know. But yeah, those are pretty much. I think that's all of them. Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna do like anything for like pre-show type stuff. A lot of the times it's taken on just kind of the panel running through all the different matches. What do you think about this? Who's gonna win? So they may not do a kickoff show match, but I don't know. You never know. But those are my predictions for SummerSlam 2023. I really appreciate you all hanging in here with me like this late, because I know it's It's getting up there. Um, I hope that really enjoy the stream. Please, if you like the content, like it, share, all those wonderful things. Check out the watch along, the SummerSlam watch along with the Bloodline Entertainment Network. I will be a familiar face there. And yeah, thank you all so much from the bottom of of my heart. Love you all. See you later.